is living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, that helps futures lose by.
What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. I just wanted to jump right in because we are in the midst of the 8-week fat loss challenge. And for those of you who are catching me live or catching the replay, I want to say congratulations because we have made it to day 3. Now, some people are starting today. Some people started yesterday. Some people are waiting till this Friday. No matter where you are in the challenge, I want to say congratulations because you're doing something about your situation. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am a nutritionist, a guy who shares because I care. And we have a brand called Diet Free Life, which we help people live a diet-free life. Now, today I'm going to talk about something called dry eye, joint discomfort, better health. And I'm doing this from an impromptu because I am not able to be on camera today. So whenever that happens, you're going to get it like this. And when you get it like this, I'm going to do the best I can. I just want you just to stay with me. Stay with me and take the knowledge and the information I'm going to share with you right now. And don't keep it to yourself. As Jack LaLanne used to tell me in his house, Robert, if you're excited about something, why would you keep it a secret? We are living in a world right now where people are living with excess body fat. People are frustrated. They're having a hard time losing the weight. People feel like nothing is working for them, and they're willing to go on these drugs. You're talking about educated people, people who keep it a secret because they're on these GLP-1 drugs. Why do they keep it a secret? Because they lack humility. And they're afraid what people are going to think. So they judge themselves. And I feel for those people. And if that's you, I feel for you. I have clients right now that I've helped transition off of those drugs and into a lifestyle. Some of them are currently participating in our 8-week fat loss challenge. Now, you're not going to be on those drugs forever. You're going to come off. And the longer you're on them, what they're not telling you is that you have fat cells that are smaller, but they're duplicating. And when you come off the drug, you have more fat. And your brain is going to wake up. It's not going to be numb. You're not going to be in that depression, brain fog that you may find yourself in eventually. And you're going to start to get your dopamine levels back. You're going to start to get your desire to want to eat back. And you're going to start eating, and it's like you're going to gain that weight back. Okay, for those of you who hear me, I am willing to bet you if you don't do it right when you get off the drug, you're gaining all that weight back. You can stay in denial. You can sweep it under the rug. There's names for that in psychology. And I feel for you. But get humble. Get humble. Get help. We're here to help you, whether it's with me or one of our coaches. We are here to help you transition and get your life back. Because this drug is setting up a whole bunch of people for a whole bunch of problems. And the sad part is that people are just blind. They would rather stay blind. Well, today, let me just encourage those of you who are in the 8-week fat loss challenge. If you want to learn more, you can reach out to me. You can join the challenge at any time. We'll get you started. But today I'm going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about something that needs to be talked about. Because the world we are living in, the way the food is being delivered or how we buy it in the stores is not what you believe it is. It's devoid of certain nutrients. the food and the way cows and pigs and chickens are fed is setting you up also for failure. And we're talking about this thing called the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Now, for a year, I have been working with my clients. People who trust me have been using this product called BalanceOil. It's very rich in polyphenols and omega-3 fatty acids. You can't find it anywhere else. There's only one product that has it. And we know it works not just because of what people are sharing with us, but because there's a test, a scientifically validated test. And I've had people, to include doctors, say, what do you mean? Why am I not aware of that? Well, you're not aware of it. I wasn't aware of it. And I felt kind of stupid when I first found out about it. And I don't take that to heart like that I'm stupid. It's just that I was surprised that it's been around this long. And in the game that I'm in, as far as helping people with nutrition, lose weight, improve metabolic health, and knowing the importance of omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. Like, I've known about it for years. 1998, I was writing a book, and I remember just stopping at a chapter and just going, knowing that there's a problem and there's symptoms related to it. But what I'm going to do, tell everybody to eat fish every day, all day? So we did nothing. What's the point of bringing awareness to something and you don't have a solution you can give someone? Well, if you look at the screen, you see joint pain, stiffness, fatty liver, which is in epidemic levels at this point. Some of you know you have fatty liver, but choose to do nothing. And I think it's not because you don't want to do something. It's because you don't know what to do. We have randomized placebo-controlled trials. And some of you are like, that sounds fancy, but I really don't know what that means. That's like the gold standard for proving that something works. So we have people who only took a very high quality omega-3 and over a short period of time, 12 weeks, went and got their second test, the ultrasound or the MRI, showing that they had fatty liver. And guess what? They don't have fatty liver anymore. And the only thing they changed was they brought in the quality omega-3. Now, don't be mad at me because your doctor has not shared this with you. Your doctors are human beings. I have clients who are doctors. They don't know most things when it comes to health and nutrition. Some do, the same as a chiropractor. Some chiropractors know a lot. Some people that work at a factory know a lot, and a lot of people don't when it comes to nutrition and health. But 99% of everybody that you will talk to today, I would put money on it that they don't know what I'm sharing with you because it hasn't hit the masses yet, but the masses need it. Hear me on this, people. It's so sad how people will just continue to put off doing for themselves something as simple as taking this product. So I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get the test. But in order to understand it, it helps to understand what I'm talking about when I say omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. Omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. It does help to understand that. Now, I'm just going to give you a snapshot of what it looks like from someone who is very recognizable, someone who's highly respected around the world, someone I met in 2002 who was talking about the importance of omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. And he's still talking about it. Now, this video was shot 10 years ago, like 13 years after I met him. But listen closely to his words.
Significant nutritional deficiency in this population is omega-3 fatty acids. The amount of research accruing on the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids is overwhelming, not just for physical health, but for mental health. I think you can't be in optimum health if you do not have adequate intake of omega-3s. Most of us are not getting enough.
See what he just said? Most of us are not getting enough. You cannot be in optimal health if you're not getting enough. So let's go into it. Let me break it down to you. Okay. And a lot of you guys, because I'm talking specifically to people with dry eye and with joint discomfort. And you know what? I'm going to throw in blood pressure, but you can see all the other things that's right there. Okay. I'm going to walk you down. We're going to have some fun. I want you to be knowledgeable. So when you talk to someone and you explain what you now understand and know, you will realize that your kids will benefit from this. Your husband will benefit from this. Your parents will benefit from this. Everybody that you know will benefit from this. And you can't even debate it. Some of you are just, I don't get it. And I have never, in my 30 years of nutrition and helping people with their health, I have never come across a test and product that I'm sharing with you right now. Never. I will debate anybody, and I'm telling you, I will win. I've already had hundreds of physicians I've had calls with, biochemists I've had talks with, people that you guys know that are very famous I've talked with. And in the beginning, they come with a little bit of thunder, but they've quickly realized that if you want to improve health, it comes down to improving health on a cellular level. Everybody can keep talking, but if you don't improve on a cellular level, then you are nowhere near as healthy as you think you are. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play one more video. I want you to watch this video. This doctor, her name is Dr. Samopoulos. She's 92 years old. She has done everything that you could possibly think of when it comes to health and helping people. Listen to her words. Okay, you can't make this stuff up, and then I'm going to walk you guys through it. Listen to her words. And again, she's one of the most cited experts in this space of nutrition in your brain, nutrition in your body. Like, she has done the work and still doing it. She goes way back. She's been with almost 400 papers been published. She's one of the most cited physicians in this space in the world, and she's still alive. Listen to her words.
Very important is the composition of the fat, the essential fatty acids, omega-6 and omega-3. And it's really frightening to think that after all the research funded with taxpayers' money, today, the latest dietary guidelines for Americans do not mention the importance of the ratio of omega-6, omega-3.
Stop. I got to play that one more time. And I know we're moving. I apologize. If you knew who she is, what she's accomplished, this woman is like, she is the creme de la creme. And listen to her words, how frustrated she is. Every year, the new U.S. dietary guidelines come out. You go get your checkup with your doctor. Nobody's talking about your omega-6 to 3 ratios, and it is crucial. You're not going to find any doctor, any endocrinologist, anyone in this space that is going to debate with her, because they reference her in all of her published studies. All right, I'm going to let it go all the way through. It's very short. It's like a minute. But just hear what she's saying. And for those of you who are putting this off, just reach out to me. I will get on the phone with you and talk to you, because I know how this will help you. I know people who started this, using this product, because they heard me talking about it almost a year ago, and they stopped. I know people that are putting it off. I have one lady who reached out to me. We got on the phone. I did her test. I went through her test. She never used the product. 7 months later, she is dead. She is gone. 67 years old, went to bed, blood clot, massive heart attack, and is gone. And if I showed you her test, you will see all she had to do was fix something that was fixable. But it's those people that just put it off, just put it off, just put it off. It's so sad. Okay, I'll let it go all the way through.
What is very important is the composition of the fat, the essential fatty acids, omega-6 and omega-3. And it's really frightening to think that after all the research funded with taxpayers' money, today, the latest dietary guidelines for Americans do not mention the importance of the ratio of omega-6, omega-3, or the concept of a balance. It's not a matter that you have low amounts of omega-3s. It's the fact that a high amount of omega-6 and a low amount of omega-3, as it is in Western diets today, they influence the function of every cell membrane in the body. And the cell membranes consist of both omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, and it is important that they are balanced.
Did you hear what she just said? She stresses the point. Let me show you guys what it looks like. In order to really understand what she's saying, okay, it helps to understand what omega-6 and omega-3 are, okay? So I'm going to show you. And most people you talk to can't really break it down. A lot of the fitness experts you meet and they're talking, they ain't even taking this seriously. Because if they knew what I knew, they would be talking about this all the time. What I'm going to share with you right now, it is so big and so needed to be spoken about and talked about. I have talked to some personal trainers in the city where I live, in Ventura, California, and they hear me, but they don't hear me. Their ignorance is blocking them from seeing how they could be blessing people. I have reached out to churches and talked to the people who say they're into wellness, but their ignorance is blocking them from being able to share this kind of information with you. That's why you can't wait on the people that you think are positive influencers. I'm so happy I'm not those people, because once I saw what I'm sharing with you right now, it woke me up in a huge way. And this is why. So let's cover some of the basics. Number one, omega-6. You heard her mention omega-6. We're getting too much of it. You've heard people talk about seed oils. You've heard people talk about vegetable oils. These things are inflammatory. They cause inflammation in the body when you have too much of it. And guess what? We have too much. How do we know we have too much? We have a test. Now, it is essential. You do need it, but we're getting too much. We're getting too much, okay? And that's part of the problem. So you have omega-6, and then you have omega-3. That's the anti-inflammatory. You've heard people say, eat more fish to reduce inflammation. Not everybody likes fish. Not everybody wants fish. It is essential, and it's going to help bring things down. And then we get into this thing called a ratio. So you have 3-to-1. So 3 is for omega-6, the first number. 1 is for omega-3. If it's 3 or lower, you're in the safe zone. That means reduced risk of stroke, reduced risk of heart attack, reduced risk of narrowing of the arteries, reduced risk of all-cause mortality, reduced risk of skin conditions, reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, reduced risk of high blood pressure. And it goes on and on and on. And most people are not in the safe zone. They are in the high zone. And you can see over the course of the years, if you go back to like the 1900s, we were 1-to-1 as far as our ratios. By the time we got up to 1960, we're around 3-to-1, 4-to-1. Now, a lot of people are 40-to-1. I've seen 91-to-1. And their doctors have never done this test. Unbelievable. And we go to them assuming they're looking out for us. Danger zone is anything over 3-to-1. Now, here's one of my clients, Linda. Look to the left there. You can see that Linda started out at 69-to-1. We did her test. And now she's 2.3-to-1. She's in the safe zone because she stayed consistent. That means Linda is way less likely to have a heart attack and stroke compared to someone who is not in the safe zone. Linda is less likely to be inflamed because she's in the safe zone. And all she did was be consistent with taking the oil every day. That was it. Now, she's aware of seed oils and vegetable oils, so she could avoid those things, and that does help. But I'm going to show you what a test looks like. But before I show you what a test looks like, I want you to look at Linda. Linda was 249 pounds. She's on blood pressure medication and statins for her cholesterol, okay, for 14 years. I coached her, and through a food as medicine approach, she's 129 pounds and off of all of that. So Linda looks good. She's feeling good. Everything is looking pretty good with traditional metabolic markers. But then we did her tests. And this is what Linda's first test looks like. 69 to 1. Look at that. Remember, that's in the danger zone. Everybody can get this test. I was on the phone today with one of my celebrity clients, and she was blown away because she works out all the time. She gets her checkups on a regular basis. And she was 45 to 1. She was 45 to 1. She was like, how can that be? And now she's a little bit more educated, so she realizes it now. And so we're on our way. I have a friend of mine who I've made a couple comments, and he's checked in on Facebook and is living with high blood pressure, playing with his life. And he knows that I'm good at nutrition. I don't know why he hasn't called me and we haven't gotten him taken care of, because his life is going to change. I hope he does it before it's too late. Otherwise, they're going to be playing with his meds. They're going to, you know how they do that? If you've been on high blood pressure medication long enough, you know that they start moving your meds around because things aren't working as well. Oh, yeah. I was talking to another lady who I got on, and her daughter was like, hey, I'm going to do something about my health. Tell me, how do I get involved? I ain't heard from her. Now, those are the people who procrastinate. They're called procrastinators. I have heard from a lot of people, and I'm watching them thrive and benefit from what I'm sharing with you. See, I'm sharing today in this video to educate, not to sell you a product. Now, if you want the product and you want the test, I can help you. We have other coaches and people who are part of our team because we're on a mission to get this out there to the world. So, yes. Now, let me show you her progression. This is Linda. So 69 to 1, we do the scientifically validated test, looking at the cell membrane. We wait 120 days, which is the life of a red blood cell membrane. And now I'm going to show you, she goes from 69 to 1 in 120 days to 5.9 to 1. If you notice, everything is moving in the right direction. Then she wanted to do a test again. Linda was like, I am following this. I'm doing everything step by step. Let's test again in 6 weeks. And boom, she's 3.6 to 1. All her numbers are moving in the right direction. Then she decided to test again. Boom, she's now 2.9 to 1. And look at the bottom right. Her arachidonic acid is in a very good balanced place. That is a win-win-win. If a person keeps and stays in the red when it comes to this arachidonic acid in the bottom right, that means increased risk of blood clots, increased risk for heart attack, increased risk for stroke, increased risk for narrowing of the arteries. And Linda just did it again, and these are her numbers right there. See, this is how I want you to look at it. I want you to look at like soda as omega-6. Okay. That's the danger zone. We all have it. It's inside of our body. We got a lot of omega-6 in our body. And I want you to think of water as omega-3 with the polyphenols that come in the BalanceOil. And if you continue to take it on a daily basis, the consistency of doing that, it starts to get into the cell membrane. It starts to get into the tissues. And by consistently taking it, as you saw with Linda in all of her tests, eventually it becomes a win, win, win. My daughter made this video, by the way, because she said, Daddy, you need a visual to show people if they're consistent with taking the balance oil, then they will consistently improve their situation. You can't make this stuff up. Okay. You really can't. And so here's the deal. Instead of guessing that you're doing well, do the test. Reach out to me or reach out to someone who shared this video with you and say, hey, I'm interested in the test. And once you get the test, then you'll better understand the importance of using the product. And then you'll get another test, which the company will actually give you a free one for free. And it becomes a win. And a lot of people say, well, Robert, what makes it different than the fish oil I can buy at Walmart or the Omega XL I can get over here or get over there and all these different names? Number one, they don't have polyphenols fused with omega-3s. And then there's other proprietary components that make it work, because I've tested some of the other ones, and guess what? The outcome was not good. 8 of my clients were using different products, as you can see on this screen. And every time we tested them, they didn't do well. The only one that got people in the green was the BalanceOil, the one that I endorse and recommend. Totally behind it. It is the best supplement I have ever seen for the time that we are living in today. It is the #1 supplement that everybody benefits from. Unless you are eating a ton of fish, and I'm talking clean fish, wild fish, and you're consistently doing it. I'm not talking once a day. I'm talking you would have to be eating fish multiple times. And I can give you a whole lecture on how we got to where we are. I know it from a historical standpoint. But we are where we are. And people are living their life out of balance, as the doctor shared with you, Sinopolis. We're out of balance. She's still out here preaching about this at 90-something years old. One of the most celebrated living icons in the world of being a physician, endocrinologist who knows this, who's done the studies. You got people walking, smiling, and they have no clue they're out of balance. That's the part that's just mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. So I'm going to end there. You know what? I just wanted to share this with you guys. It was on my heart, and I was like, I don't want to be an infomercial, but yet I want to be an infomercial. And I know that world, as many of you know. I had the #1 infomercial on TV and internationally, for almost 2 years. I know what it's like to do an infomercial. And I believed in my product because I still teach people that same nutrition that's evolved over the years. However, we didn't have this product back then. And we definitely did not have this test. I don't even know what else to do except for just to stay consistent. I'm embarrassed by people who learn about the importance of omega-6 to 3 ratios and aren't telling people about it. And I know a lot, you try to educate someone. Not everybody's in a position where they could explain it the way I may explain it. But it just breaks my heart how people who say they're in the business of helping people are aware of this and aren't telling everybody. Some of them just jump from different companies and all over the place. I can't even imagine it. But that's me. I'm really in it to make a difference. If I was selling Herbalife, I would still sell this. If I was selling Modere, I would still sell this, because this is a must for every human being walking on the planet. And if you don't get that, that just means you just lack knowledge. Which is fine, because it's time for, and then do it for you. Like I have a guy who always reaches out to me to help him get people healthy and get them like life insurance. And I'm like, dude, I am not going to partner with you because you don't even care about you. Why would I partner with you and you don't even care about you? You're wanting to sell people because that's your money. You're making money. Dude, I'm sharing with you something that I know you need. And some of these people that I've shared that with in the last year, they're not here anymore. They're not. And some people who are actually hearing me right now or have heard me share this information that will not do anything to improve their situation, they will not be here either. That's just the way it is. So, you know what? I'm going to go out today, not with my theme song, but playing the video of Dr. Sinopoulos, because I could hear her share what I'm going to share with you again and again and again. And if you watched it earlier, watch it again. Notice her passion and almost anger, because the higher ups are not letting you know about this, but yet many of you are living with symptoms that are tied to you being out of balance with omega-6 to omega-3. When you watch a kid with ADHD start talking and they didn't talk, and the only thing that changed, they're using the BalanceOil. You watch one of my clients' mom who has Alzheimer's, who doesn't recognize her, isn't talking, and then she starts talking and starts recognizing her. And the only thing that changed is she started using this BalanceOil. I can go on and on and on. That's why it's inevitable for this to either be mandated, because it just makes sense. I just hope people who may not be here because they didn't fix their balance so that they are here. Because we're losing people all the time. We're seeing more people with autism, more people with Alzheimer's and dementia, more people with heart attacks and blood clots. And a lot of it is symptoms of what we're talking about right now. So, Dr. Artemis Simopoulos, her words, not mine. If you want to learn more, I provided some links underneath where you can watch a full presentation. You can even share it with someone. You can reach out to me. And right now, if you catch this and you reach out to me and we talk before the end of the day on January 30th, 2025, I got some books that I'm giving away for people who decide to get this test and make this part of their life. And I have some products that I'm going to give away. So reach out to me, or reach out to someone who tags you in this video, and talk to them. I don't know if they're going to give you a gift, but you can say, hey, I listened to that presentation by that Robert Ferguson guy and it makes sense. Tell me more. How do I get it? And then they'll help you. Or reach out to me and I'll help you. All right. So today we're leaving with Dr. Simopoulos. Listen to her words in 60 seconds. If you're going to listen to anyone, her credentials and what she has proven from her work at the National Institute of Health, like, this lady's amazing. She tells you what is needed. You see the frustration in her face and you can feel it. And I'm frustrated too, because some of you are living with health conditions that could be easily fixed because they may be a symptom of being out of balance. Into the next one. I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe. Let me know where you're coming from. And I'll be back tomorrow. Mañana. Peace out.
Very important is the composition of the fat, the essential fatty acids, omega-6 and omega-3. And it's really frightening to think that after all the research funded with taxpayers' money, today, the latest dietary guidelines for Americans do not mention the importance of the ratio of omega-6, omega-3, or the concept of a balance. It's not a matter that you have low amounts of omega-3s. It's the fact that a high amount of omega-6 and a low amount of omega-3, as it is in Western diets today, they influence the function of every cell membrane in the body. And the cell membranes consist of both omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, and it is important that they are balanced.
Diet was a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With BFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. BFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, the health future's